Welcome back, everyone, to Overwatch. Woo, it's been a while. Unfortunately, they are not getting characters out as fast as, say, Heroes of the Storm, but when they do, they tend to do some decent build-up to it, and we finally get a character that we have been hearing about ever since the cinematic that announced this game back at, oh gosh, what was it, BlizzCon 2014? You guys know, that cinematic that introduced this game to everyone. Yeah, we've been hearing about this character because of his weapon, that is also his name. That giant mechanical arm right there, and that, of course, is Doomfist. Yeah, we've been hearing a lot about this guy. I mean, we've had a map since this game came out in beta, where one of the objectives was to escort a payload, which was his big fist here. Well, apparently he's now made his way into the game and he took it back. One of the leaders of Talon, Doomfist is determined to plunge the world into a new conflict that he believes will make humanity stronger. So we'll get to what his kit is like, but first we gotta see what his hero gallery stuff has. This is his basic look. Golden mechanical arm there. Mechanical legs. You can see his other hand there. That's actually has a weapon. We'll get into that in a bit. Daisy, purplish. Lake, blue. Plains, kind of greenish. Sunset, blue with orange. Not bad. Leopard. Now this skin looks pretty cool. Leopard design. I like that one. Painted. Oh, got his whole other body painted. Man. Caution. After losing his arm in the aftermath of the Omnic Crisis, Doomfist turned to cybernetics to recover and even become stronger than before. So, you can see, like, the rest of his body is now like a cyborg. Especially in this one, Iron. Look at that. Wow. Avatar. Look at that. Faces all over that weapon. Man. And spirit. Woo. That is crazy. Alright, his emotes. Heroic. Fake out. You thought I was gonna punch you. You silly. Intimidate. What, you want some? Ready for battle. Take a knee. Thumbs down. Victory poses. Heroic. Intense. Seismic slam. Superior. Which I guess since he's part of Talon, wouldn't be surprised. Voice lines.
Try me. Combo breaker.
Combo breaker. He's apparently a fan of Killer Instinct.
Don't get back up. Go and sit down. I haven't even started.
And in case you can't tell by his voice, they decide to make his ethnicity African, I guess.
KO. One punch is all I need. Spare me the commentary.
I like that one.
Talk to the fist. You're not bad, but not good either.
I like that one too.
You must be joking. You're not bad.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites, and Spare Me the Commentary is the other favorite. Although I also like Combo Breaker. Sprays. Alright, let's get to his unique ones. This one's a little hard to see. I mean, especially with this background, but I guess it's just like how the wall would look. Like in the background, you can see the robot there, like how, like the imprint the fist would leave. Just his face paint. That's kind of cool. Unlocked by completing the Cratered Trophy. DF. Look at that! Talk about, speaking of Killer Instinct. Putting his face paint on like a football player. Nice. Punch Man. Punching Bag. Pixel. The Airstrike Trophy. Sonic Boom. Stance. successor. The greatest. Wrapped. Oh, this looks like as if when he was younger, when he was like perhaps a boxer or something. That's when they usually wrap up their hands like that when they're about to put their gloves on. Tuxedo. This thing makes him look almost like the Kingpin, and I mean like the Michael Clark Duncan version from that Ben Affleck Daredevil movie. Thumbs up. They said. Wrestle. Yeah, I could see him arm wrestling with Zarya or Reinhardt. Dance. Who's that he's dancing with, though? Alright, so those were his unique sprays. Highlight intros. Here we go. That's just the basic heroic one. Meteor. That's a play on his ult. One punch. And uppercut. All of them are pretty decent. Don't know if I have a favorite, but they're all pretty decent. And weapons. Which of course is his fist. I like how instead of weapon it shows him. Alright, so now let's go to the practice range and take a look at his kit.
Only through conflict do we evolve.
Alright, so his kit. You'll see he has 3 stars of difficulty. He's considered a hard character, and that's because his kit is based on timing. You'll see the passive he has is the best defense. Dealing damage with abilities creates temporary personal shields. Abilities. So his regular weapon is the hand cannon. You'll see on the far left there, the R2 button. It's a short-range weapon with spread. It reloads automatically. It only carries 4 charges, and it's on his left hand. You'll see right here. And it does fire rapidly, but then you have to wait for it to reload. It does reload pretty quickly, but if you use that up, you do have to wait a bit before you can use them. And they do some decent damage, but that does not generate personal shields. So his L2, I love that it's called this, because this is straight up a reference. I mean, if you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, you know what this ability is. Rocket Punch. It's just a straight up, rip off from Android 16. It's hold to charge and then release to launch forward and knock an enemy back. Damage increases if the enemy hits a wall. So it's this. You see that little bar, and then he charges forward. So to show you, against this robot here.
Stay down.
Yeah, you can see it does quite a bit of damage. And you can see it generated some shields. His base health is 250, you can see there. If you do this and take them out, that gives him 30 shields. His R1 is Seismic Slam. Leap forward and smash the ground. Now, I've realized this does take a bit of aim as well, because you could actually completely miss your target. Like, I could stand right here, and rather than hit him, I could go past him. So, like, if I do this, you see that? I totally missed him. So you have to be very careful when you use it, what your distance is, because it doesn't go all the way, but it does have a bit of a damage in front of it. Almost like a, like you'll cause damage to go forward a bit, but not by much. It doesn't do that much damage, but it's a good way to engage. And you can see the shields that I'm generating. I'm generating like 30 shields for that. L1 is Rising Uppercut. Knock an enemy into the air. Now, perhaps that doesn't work that well because they're standing underneath like a ceiling. Alright. So I knocked him over there. Didn't really knock him up though. Now you'll notice these abilities have long cooldowns. Let me try and do all of them quickly. Yeah, you'll notice they have pretty decent cooldowns. So, you generate shields, but if you miss time or misuse them, and and you have to wait for them to finish cooling down to get shields back,
No chance.
you're gonna cause yourself to be in a bit of a bad spot. Now, what is his ultimate? Meteor Strike. Press triangle to leap up into the air. Move the targeting circle, and then press R2 to strike the targeted area, or just wait until it fills up, because the sooner you press R2, the less damage it's going to do. So let me show you guys.
Meteor
I can
strike.
move it around. If I press it now, it does less damage. But if I wait for it to completely fill up, it'll do more damage. It actually didn't kill this one. I'm shocked by that.
Stay down.
But you can see I can get up to a maximum of 400 with the shield. So you can get up to 150 shields with that build up. You see, I totally missed him. So it's going to take good timing, aim, skill to be able to fully utilize this kit. And you can also whiff on the uppercut there, though it did knock him over here. It seems like either there's a bit of inconsistency with some of these abilities,
No chance.
or I'm just completely whiffing on something. You see, I thought I probably missed him. I don't know. Huh, now that was interesting. I thought for a second it showed me like a targeting thing for... No, no, it didn't really do that. And you can't really hold that down. Or can you? It doesn't make a difference. It showed 49, like, and I just tapped it. What if I hold it down? Does it do more? Let me see. No, now it's I don't know what that is. Maybe just... Oh, you know what I think that is? It's showing me how many shields I generated from that.
Stay down.
Although it doesn't show it there. So... I'm not really sure. So that number in the middle, that only shows up when I do the seismic slam. But it's not really clear what exactly it is or why it's doing that. Because it doesn't show it for this, and it doesn't show it for this.
Flatten.
I'm not really sure. And you'll see that your regular weapon actually does decent damage. But again, you do have to wait a bit for it to cool down, and it doesn't generate any shields. Your shields are generated by your abilities. So you can see the charges on your screen there. It quickly recharges.
Stay out. No chance.
I think this is a character that, because of how he works, it's going to take some practice. Oh, and by the way, ceilings and roofs do not matter for your ult. So you know how he goes up into the air and he goes down? Yeah, it doesn't matter if there's a ceiling here or like there's, you know, a roof here. Watch, I'll show you.
Meteor strike.
I went through the ceiling and destroyed these bots. I know it doesn't make any sense, but that is something important to know. That don't worry about whiffing it because of a ceiling or something. The game won't do that to you. Now, of course, it's gonna matter for the uppercut ability. Alright, so there's also like a bit of area of effect damage there.
Stay down.
So you guys can pretty much get the gist of how he works. It's just one of those where I think he's 3 stars because of you have to time the abilities well, plus they have some pretty decent cooldowns. And your shields, you can see, the shields are degenerating pretty quickly. So if you want to keep your shields up, you have to get the most out of them. If you whiff on them, you're probably going to die and not get the most out of this character. Alright, so let's get out of the practice range and let's get into some kind of game. There is a Doomfist Elimination arcade, so let's go ahead and do that. I can already tell he's going to be a pretty cool character, and, you know, I was looking at what other people think about him and his character.
Only through conflict.
Like, his ult is gonna match up best. Hold on a sec, I gotta make sure that I do not get included in the group chat, so I don't want that to interfere. There we go. Alright, so now you can use this ult to try and jump up and get up top if you want.
Teammate eliminated. Enemy eliminated. Teammate eliminated. Enemy eliminated.
No chance.
Winner.
Alright, my team
Hey there.
did pretty well.
Score
I did eliminate one of them.
1-0.
Hello.
Some of them already have
Only
some
through
cool
conflict.
skins.
You will evolve.
One.
Know that.
Hello there.
Try me.
So I can use this to jump up here if I want. But it's got like a 7-second cooldown. So if you want to use this for shields or such, you're gonna have to decide how you want to use it. Oh, yep, I'm dead.
Enemy.
So even if you don't get to see me showcase how he works, you can probably be able to check out some of my teammates do so. He's gonna be really good for engaging in fights with like other frontliners,
Score
but
2-1.
I don't think he's overpowered because he requires some decent
Only through
skill
conflict.
to get the most out of his abilities and his shields.
Fight.
And his abilities do, obviously, you can tell, they take some time to, like, wind up and get the most out of them. Whoops. See? That can also...
I found him.
Enemy eliminated. Enemy
Oh. Oh, how did I miss him? See what I mean? I can completely whip
Winner.
on hitting him with some of my abilities.
2-1.
Only through conflict you will evolve.
1. Fight. Match point.
You know, when he says something like that, again, it makes me fascinated to know more about this character and what he believes and, you know, why he and Talon do what they do. Oh, man. I was charging with my seismic slam when I got killed. But apparently there's also a stun involved.
Enemy eliminated.
Now see, it doesn't say in the description that that there's a stun involved. Hey, I got a loot box. How nice.
Play of the game.
Huh. Open my loot box because... So I guess that's important to note, even though I didn't really notice like any sort of like decent stun, it seemed. Got the regular olive skin. Skin for her. Mother knows best. Okay, that was because of the weekly rewards. Okay, yeah, I was playing with some buddies last night. I guess we may have won a match or something. Some of these, yeah, they're not for me. Like this one here, no thanks. But that's a good way to try him out, to be able to see how he... In fact, let's do it again. Let's do it one more time. I'm not sure if this is the best way to get practice in, because I think in a more organized team setting with a better actual composition, like with a healer and a tank to go along with him, you'll probably be able to get a better opportunity to practice with him. It's like how it is with me in Heroes, when I want to practice certain characters, and I do so in quick match, and I can only hope for an actual balanced composition. But, sometimes that can happen, obviously, better in, in this game, because obviously you can switch out. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Only through conflict.
Okay, so this game is experiencing a bit of lag, but I guess that's to be expected when so many people are logging on this week to try out Doomfist.
I found it.
Totally will.
Eliminated.
See, it said stunned. What did he hit me with that stunned me? Was it my
Enemy
rocket punch? Because it doesn't say stun is included in that.
eliminated.
I don't know.
Eliminated.
No chance.
Enemy eliminated.
We have one teammate left against 4. Yep.
Score 0-1.
He fought valiantly and
Only
bravely.
through conflict. Evolve.
1. Fight.
And it spreads, so don't count on it being like a rifle shot. It's like a shotgun. It spreads, and it's better utilized when it's up close.
Enemy teammate eliminated. Enemy eliminated. Enemy eliminated. Teammate eliminated.
Ah, there we go. Got him.
Eliminated.
Nice.
Score 1-1.
Only through conflict.
He does a short little burst if you don't charge it up.
Fight.
Oh! He charged before I did, and that just alone killed me. So it looks like the
Enemy eliminated.
rocket punch has a stun. So when it knocks you back, it also stuns you.
Teammate eliminated.
I could see you doing, yeah, you can see people are trying to experiment with different combinations of when you use certain abilities in what order. That was a nice one right there.
Score 1-2.
Obviously, I doubt anyone's gonna be living long enough to use their Meteor Strike. But you could also see the potential of Meteor Strike
Match
with something such as Zarya's ult or Mei's ult. Just any ult that involves like dragging them to a single area. You can definitely see that being fully utilized. Oh, nice. Oh, he got behind me.
Rising uppercut.
Well, I hope to contribute though
eliminated.
before I died.
Enemy
They have one left. He's right up there. Get him, guys! He's hiding. They don't see him. There he is. Nice. Oh, he can use that to try and save himself from falling over the edge there. You saw that? He was going to fall over the edge, and he used that to save himself.
2-2.
That's good to know. So like on certain maps, when Lucio knocks you off, or Roadhog hooks you into that
Match
well,
point.
or off an edge or something, you can use that to save yourself. Okay, that's just getting me hurt, getting me closer to
Teammate
death.
eliminated. Teammate eliminated.
Oh, he knocked me off the edge, and I. You see what I mean? But the problem was that my ability was on cooldown, so I couldn't use that to save myself. If it was on cooldown, I probably could have been able to do that, but I messed it up. I mistimed it. Like I said, he's very reliant on timing your abilities
Play
and getting the most out of it. So I think you guys can get a general idea on how he plays. He's a pretty good character, and I could definitely see like more skilled players being able to get the most out of his kit and what he's able to do. Because you know, Meteor Strike, I could definitely see it being one of the most powerful ults in the game with the amount of damage it can do. The fact that you can remove your targeting circle while you're in the air. If you can be able to combine that with someone, like I said, like Zarya's Gravitron ult, or when Reinhardt does his Earthquake ult, or when Mei uses her Blizzard ult to freeze everyone in place. That's something that can give you the most out of your ult. And yes, your ult does give you shields from your passive as well. So, but again, his other abilities, slam, uppercut, punch, if you have to aim them right, time them right if you want to get the most out of them. Otherwise, you'll probably not get much value out of him. So I don't think he would be a character that I would regularly play. But I think he's a pretty decent character, better than Sombra was. But Sombra is considered a pretty good counter to him because of her ability to shut down his abilities. If because he's very reliant on getting the most out of his abilities because that's what generate his shields. So, also, because he's so mobile, with him being able to dash and jump, someone like Mei can be able to slow him down in place, and that can quickly take care of him. So, very mobile, very reliant on his abilities, but it does give him survivability with those shields. But it's very easy to whiff on those and to not get any value out of them. So, I can see why he's rated 3 stars. He's a pretty difficult character, I think, to master. But if you can be able to master this character, you can definitely be a force to be reckoned with, especially with balanced compositions, with a tank and a healer. I think he's a pretty good character, which he should be. This is a character we've heard about since the announcement cinematic. So he should be a character to be reckoned with, and I think Blizzard has done that. So he's not overpowered or super strong or anything. Because he requires skill to play well. But I think he's a pretty decent character with a decent kit. So that is Doomfist, and the next time they bring a character into the fold, we'll be checking them out. Until then, I'll see you guys then.